the economy. You know, when I'm seeing over about the poverty and I'm seeing over about the great shaking over the finances and telling you what I see, all in my opinion of what the Lord is showing me. You know, I'm not trying to cause alarm in people where they're freaking out in fear. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to tell you to be prayerful about something. I'm wanting you to take this to God in prayer and help me pray over it, because I see it in advance of what the Lord, I believe, is warning the body. How many times? Now, if you go back to when I saw Trump in the canoe, and he was paddling as fast as he could in the single man looking canoe. And he was paddling and paddling and paddling, trying to not go over Niagara waterfalls. I could see the waterfall was massive. And he was just yards away from going over. But he was sustaining in one place, keeping it afloat as hard as he could, pedaling and paddling, trying to go, trying to push, trying to get out of it. But the current was too strong. You knew that it was just a matter of time that this thing was going over. He was going over. And that was part of the vision. So if you go to each one of my visions that the Lord gives us when we're praying, they all have a similarity and type of a puzzle piece to it. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's springing out of nowhere. Well, where's that coming from? That's like a wild hair. No, it's all strategic, pinpoint things of what the Lord is warning us about Trump paddling in the thing. What is the next thing? I saw lines of people. I've seen... he brought it up again, the housing market and people foreclosing because they couldn't afford their homes, big mortgage homes. Remember, I've told you before, I saw the middle class. They had nice jewelry, nice watches, nice stuff, and they were pawning it off, trying to get rid of it because they needed to make their mortgage payment because they were too top heavy, too much debt. So they were getting rid of their Rolex or their nice whatever boat. Because they didn't need a boat. They just like, how do I dump this boat as fast as I can, or this extra sports car? Because I don't need this sports car. I need a nice family car, and I don't want to have a Ferrari. Whatever. And that's the way I was seeing it. But because of what was happening in the market, everything was going for so cheap. Like designer purses and stuff. They were trying to just dump it when these major events happens. And that's why I saw the bank seizing all the homes. Major banking seizing all the homes, seizing all the car notes, and it became a debt jubilee. Kind of like it was when they froze everything during... and they said, you don't have to make your student loan payments for a while, You can still live here, but you don't have to make your student loan payments anymore because we understand everybody's overcoming and been sick and you can't go to work. So there was a time of, I don't know, what was it, almost 2 years for some student loans, and they're just now starting to kick that back in. But for some folks, but that and then was it for any kind of mortgage? Sometimes there was like 3 or 4 months people didn't have to make payments, right?
Right.
And they were giving out stimulus checks. So that's what I was seeing again. So now, take what I just told you and go to 2027, fall of 2027. The Lord told us another plague was coming that would be released by rats.